Hi, Luke.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. Tell me about yourself.
I'm from Orange County. I was originally born in Washington, but I moved down here when I was about 8 years old, and I've been living in Orange County ever since.
Okay, how do you like it here?
It's really nice, you know. It's a good community of people. It's really safe. Really, it's a really good place to live, I guess.
So, are you in colleges right now, or?
Not right now. I'm trying to save up. Hopefully soon.
Save for what? Sounds good.
Save up so that I can afford to put myself through college. You know, I've never been one to want to put myself into too much debt, so I'm trying to get a little bit of money saved up so that I can afford to go back to college without really killing my future.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking about your career by going to school, right? So are you
Yes.
working currently right now?
Yes, I work in a call center for remodel cabinets, and hopefully I'll be going back to school within the next 2 years to become a teacher, hopefully.
Ooh, interesting. Like what age group?
Well, I'd either like elementary or high school. I don't want middle school. Those kids are jerks, you know. I'd like the young kids or the older kids, not that bratty age. 13-year-olds, I can do without.
It could be stereotype, you know.
Stereotyping maybe a little bit, but I mean, we all know that when you
Maybe
get
you
to
had a
that
tough time
age-
when you were in middle school. Huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think everyone, when you hit that age around 12, 13, 14, you know, no one really gets along with their parents too much, you know,
I
so
understand.
I don't want to deal with
Yeah.
all that hassle.
But they need some guidance too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe that's exactly where I'm needed.
So guys who are around the age group, don't feel bad, okay? Not everybody feels the same way like he does, okay? By the way, so
That's true.
what kind of major are you thinking about, you know, studying about?
I'm either looking for a major in education or in computer technologies. I do have some experience in computer programming, which, by the way, if you want to get into computers, fantastic industry to get into. It will do you wonders as long as you have the drive and the talent. If you go for computer sciences, it's a really good place to go.
Okay. So you are a computer geek, huh?
A little bit, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I think computer is one of the, you know, field that makes a lot of money and very big, you know, needs.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anything from social media, you know, just like Wendy's. There's someone who gets paid thousands of dollars for running the Wendy's Facebook and Twitter.
Right.
There are also people who get money for being able to write the codes for all these websites. There's many different aspects of the industry.
Right. Just I use computer a lot myself too because it mostly editing. But I find myself it's a very tiring job too.
Yeah,
You know,
it takes a lot of time.
No job is easy to make money with. But by the way, what is your goal after that? You know?
Honestly, I'm just hoping to get into the teaching industry, the education industry, so that I can really, I want to feel like I made a difference in someone's life, you know?
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
That sounds great. Like how?
Well, if I was always a trouble child in school,
Really?
you know. Yeah, I was always talking during class, you know, not paying attention, and so I feel like if I could be in that industry, maybe kids like me, I could reach a little better, and I might be able to, you know, help put them on the right path before I got there.
Wow, that's nice. Yeah. I used to have trouble in school too.
Really?
Not the same way you did, but like I had a hard time to learn because there were time on my life that I was away from school because we were moving a lot. So I lost chance to catch up everything, and then the school didn't help me, and then it made me kind of like behind, and then it gets worse and worse.
And then you just had to play catch up.
And I became not a really good student. Wait a minute, do they want me to be genius? By the way, but when I went to college later on, which is in Texas, here in the United States, I was very motivated. But when you're so away from, when you're behind, way behind, then it's difficult for you to be motivated. Okay?
It's very daunting, especially when you see like how far behind you are. It's kind of hard to get motivated.
It's like you're kind of carrying a road that you cannot ever, carry your own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By the way, so I believe there are many students who are trouble in school settings, but then if they have some people who has a mindset like you to try to help them out, school can be really, really different, and this society can be really, really different. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I've only taken one semester at college so far, but that semester was one of the best times of my life, and I think everyone needs to realize that after high school, education becomes a much different thing. And I think everyone who is intellectually honest with themselves, higher education would be really fulfilling. I think everyone could take a lot out of it, and everyone could enjoy it,
Yeah, school settings or in job settings, if you can find the meaning in it, I think it can be more enjoyable. But kind of like, many people, young people especially nowadays, they seem like they're losing interest or they're losing hope or future. So they kind of like give up on their lives.
Personally, I feel like a lot of that has to do with the political stance of our country right now. I feel like there's a lot of dissidents on campuses of higher education that are kind of shutting down free speech, free thinking, and debate. And I would just really encourage everyone who is interested in higher education to not let that hold them back. We need people who are free thinking, who aren't afraid to say something that's contrary to the popular opinion, to further the education of not just our generation, but our entire country, our entire world. I think we need people who are interested in honest intellectual debate to go to higher education.
Wait a minute. United States and colleges in the United States, and then people don't have a freedom to speech.
Are you familiar with the terms SJW?
Tell me about it.
SJW essentially stands for Social Justice Warrior, and those are people who they will ignore facts because it might hurt someone's feelings. And that's the standpoint of a lot of colleges right now. The administration and the faculty, if you say something that could possibly offend one student, then you have no platform to speak. One of my favorite speakers in the world, his name is Milo Yiannopoulos, and he's been banned across the country from speaking on college campuses just because he supports Donald Trump. Different organizations on college campuses will organize for him to come out and speak, and certain people on the campus will be upset with his ideas or what he wants to say, and so he has been barred from many colleges after they've already paid him tens of thousands of dollars to give his speech, and it's solely for the reason that it's going to hurt someone's feelings ostensibly. Which I think, college, that's not the place to be pandering to people's feelings. That's where we're supposed to get these ideas out in the open, argue and debate, and figure out exactly how we feel about these issues.
Okay. So after he gave a speech, what happened to him again?
He's given quite a few speeches, but far and wide, he has been banned from speaking on American college campuses. He's been banned from the UCS school system. He got blocked from Harvard and Berkeley, and all just for the reason that he supports Trump over Hillary.
By the way, this is not a college student. He's a politician, huh?
He's probably about 24 right now. He was a college student from Europe, and then he came over to America to do a tour of
So at the
college
time when he
campuses.
was giving speeches in college,
He started as a college student, and
Okay.
now he's just a political figure. Yes.
Okay, what happened to him? Maybe motivated him, right? Okay.
I think he saw the need for someone to be contrary to the popular political opinion that's being given
Okay.
to us in American media.
That's okay. So it was about the politics, okay? Because some people take the politics very strongly, including religious topic too. By the way, so when someone like him was banned by school, right? That's from school.
Yeah.
Then what is it like being banned? Like,
Well, to me, what upsets me is that he may have a idea or a position that's contrary to yours, but a college is a place where young minds are supposed to go to discuss these ideas
Yeah,
that might be
open-minded, yeah.
controversial.
Uh-huh.
And so it doesn't make sense to me that we should block anyone from speech in a place where we're supposed to be growing
unless they are kind
Thought.
of like putting somebody in danger, right?
well, no, yeah. If you're trying to promote hate speech or trying to incite
Yeah, they should
violence or
be-
something,
yeah.
then yes, I completely agree. No, that's not acceptable in a public forum. But I mean, I don't think supporting Trump really.
By the way, in this case, that is a specific politician, so we gonna just leave it out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree with you on the students in colleges and universities. They should have a freedom to speech, and they should share their opinions freely, openly, right? The thing is, as long as this is a certain association, group. You know what I'm saying? Like armies or even including companies, they all go by their policies. So we should respect that too. But then, kind of like, I think America, we have more freedom still though, right?
Oh,
than
definitely.
other
I think
countries.
America definitely has probably the most freedom in the
Yeah.
world. Maybe Canada beats us out. Props to you, Canada. You guys are doing it right.
Oh, okay.
But no, I do agree that America has a lot of freedom and that we have a lot of privilege that a lot of other places in the world don't get to enjoy. But that's why it's so important that we take a stand and support the ability to be able to have these dissenting opinions, because if we don't stand up for them, they'll disappear.
Yeah, I think it's very important to have critical thinking, which means open-minded, I believe. And that's kind of like a potential for young people. Old people usually don't care.
Yeah.
they have a life so long and they seem like tired to
They've been
pay
here
attention
70
to many
years.
things.
They're checked out. They're done.
Yeah, so young people, we have a lot of potentials, and so we have hope on young people. If you're open-minded, I want a very honest opinion from you.
Okay.
American, because you're born from here, right?
Yes.
Are you proud to be American
I am very proud to be an American.
1 to 100.
100%. I do not support any military, I should say. I don't support a military complex, but I respect and pledge my allegiance and my love and my gratitude to every soldier who has ever served for our rights. I could not be happier and more lucky to be born in the time and the place that I was born, and I feel like every American should feel the same way because we have really been given a gift.
Okay, good. That was your honest opinion, 100%?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Me as a Korean, I'm Korean American because I have citizenship here, but I can be both, right?
Yeah.
I cannot say I'm no longer Korean now. You know what I'm saying? I have lived there for most of my life there, so you know. The thing is, if someone asks me about my country, I cannot say I'm proud of being Korean 100%. I can say that. I cannot say, oh, I'm 100% proud of being American either. I'm kind of like a half and half, you know.
I understand you. I mean, there are things that I guess the way I define it is there are things that the government does that, of course, I'm not proud of, I'm not happy with, I disagree with. But as a country, our people, our society, I am very proud of. I don't view American as the government so much as the citizens in it. And the citizens in it make me very proud to call them my countrymen and my brothers.
Okay. Have you been to other countries before?
Only in Canada and Mexico. Unfortunately, never left.
That counts. Okay.
Yeah, never left North America though. Not yet.
Yeah, Canada is a beautiful country. I've been there too.
Oh, gorgeous.
But I haven't got a chance to go to Mexico yet. One day I will. Because I think traveling would be really good, you know, thing to do for especially young people because it opens up the, you know, your eyes, your mindset. So you meet with the people who have a different lifestyle, you know, it's gonna change your mindset about some kind of typical one that you might have, like stereotype. But in America, we have a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
In a way, sometimes people can be too liberal. You know, like, oh yeah, everything is you know, available here, so we can do anything. You know, you have to accept everything, stuff like that. You know. So people can insist that things are not, you know, realistic, like, or not that meaningful. You know what I'm saying? Let's say, for example, hey, I'm hippie, so you need to take us. You know, you need to let me to go with the long beard that can touch the my toe stuff. You know, you should, you know, accept the difference, stuff like that. But we have to draw a line sometimes. Like we still need to go with some policies, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I mean, I've always had kind of an issue with hiring policy. Like when I was in high school, you know, I used to love to have my hair down below my shoulders.
Oh, that was just an example, you know.
But and I used to have a problem with people would see me and they'd say, oh, you know, I don't want to hire him. He looks like a hippie. But at the same time, I mean, that's kind of what America was founded on. It's capitalism, it's individual choice, and I mean, as long as you're not discriminating because, oh, you subscribe to this religion, you're this gender, you're this race, I think it's acceptable that someone could say, no, your hair's too long, you didn't shave today, you look too scruffy. I think it's acceptable that people could not want to give you an opportunity based on your appearance or your presentation, I guess. But I do recognize that there's still a lot of issue with prejudice in our country, and the only way we're going to be able to get past that is through talking about it openly and honestly.
Right. Yeah, in a way, I can understand people who look for someone to work for their company, and then it's up to them, who they gotta choose.
Exactly.
Let's say, because I'm from Korea, so I can say from my own experience, people over there are prejudiced too. Okay, everywhere. I think people everywhere. I think it's they look at outside a lot. So, like for example, like tattoos. Okay, I was really surprised. Okay, in America, many companies are very forgiving when it comes about having many tattoos, not just one or two, like covered by whole arms. And these people still work in some some stores, and wow, they were not rejected by their interviews. And well, it's not going to happen in my country.
I've been to restaurants where the cashier has a tattoo on his forehead, and I'm just like,
wow,
whoa,
it's something you cannot miss.
Yeah. To me, that's a step too far.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you're working in a tattoo or piercing shop.
So these kind of reaction made me feel like America is very accepting and very not prejudiced. But it's not like you said. So it's very interesting.
They
in a
can
country.
be accepting. I feel like right now. The acceptance is going in the wrong direction, though. We're accepting people who, just because his whole face is covered in tattoos doesn't mean he's a bad person. Yet at the same time, we're denying straight white men admission to college because they're straight white men. And I feel like the acceptance is kind of going backwards. I think we're making strides in the right direction in one side of the equation, but on the other side, we're just going, half a century back. And I feel like
you can make a good teacher.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well,
I hope.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like we giving people credit that
they don't really
deserve.
Have
credit.
We can give them the benefit of the doubt.
And people who are supposed to get the credit, they refuse
so down
them.
For that. If you want the benefit of the doubt, just because you have a tattoo on your face, that's fine. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But we shouldn't look down on other people because they don't have the tattoo on their face, because they don't identify as non-binary, whatever, I feel like just because we're becoming more accepting of other people's doesn't mean we have to become less accepting of the rest.
It seems like they don't know what is the guideline. It's just kind of like
well, I mean, it's a new age we're living in. We really don't know the guidelines. We're all here trying to figure out the best way to do this together.
So, for example, like was that homosexuality. And many people are very forgiving and accepting on that, but then they are really, really mean toward the believers and people who believe in the Bible straight. Those type of things. By the way, do you believe in God?
That's a difficult question. I don't believe in the traditional sense of God. I take kind of a Hinduistic approach to the idea of a higher entity, which is essentially, if there was a God, it's not cognizant, it doesn't care about us, it's not watching us, it's not judging us based on our actions. But at the same time, where I come from is whatever you want to believe. If you're Christian, if you're Hindu, if you're Buddhist, if you're Hebrew, if you're Muslim, I don't care what your beliefs are. Individual belief, I think, is a beautiful thing, as long as it does not encroach on the rights and the happiness of anyone else. You can believe what you want, but the second that you think your belief can keep rights from someone, that's where we have a problem, in my opinion.
So are you calling yourself as a Hindu?
I think Agnostic would probably be the best word for me, although I do
Which
love
means-
Vedanta Hinduism. It's my favorite religion that I've studied so far.
Since when?
I've been looking into Vedanta Hinduism since I was 16, so that's about 8 years now.
You said Dante. You talking about one of the writers?
Vedanta Hinduism. It's a
oh,
branch
oh.
of Hinduism. It's like Christianity, Catholicism, Lutheran, like that kind of
Oh,
thing.
different
Vedanta
roots.
is just a different branch of Hinduism.
Okay. Let's just to make it easy, Hinduism. Okay.
Yeah, Hinduism.
Okay. So 8 years.
Yeah.
What happened to you 8 years ago?
I was raised as a Catholic, and when I hit about 11 or 12, I realized
That was a time when you were sensitive, but
yeah.
yeah.
I just realized that a lot of what I had been taught, it didn't make sense to me, and so I decided
that
I
was
wanted
too
to.
young age to figure out things.
I had a lot of influences in my life. Older brothers, cousins, people who taught me to think for myself at a young age, and so I decided that if I was going to subscribe to a religion, I better study them all. I better look into all of them and see which one made sense to me. And so after that, I kind of just pick and chose my favorite bits from each religion and kind of constructed my own belief system.
Okay. So earlier when you said as long as the people, whatever they believe, doesn't matter, as long as they are being happy in it, is that what you're saying?
I don't care whatever you believe, as long as your beliefs don't hurt another person or infringe on their freedoms. So, like the Westboro Baptist Church, for example, probably one of the most popular and well-known examples of a horrible religious organization, because they will go out to a funeral and they will hold up signs and shout at the funeral goers just because the person who died was homosexual or they were in the army, and they'll go there and during a funeral service they'll just be shouting the nastiest, most vile things you've ever heard. And
What was the name of the association again?
the Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh, that's a Christian church.
Yeah, and they are one of the most disgusting religious organizations I've ever seen.
I hope
and
people
so
don't
when,
have
when you go
bad
to
opinion
that
about Christian
extreme,
churches because
then
of
I
that.
can no longer respect your religion or your beliefs, because at that point your religion and your beliefs are bringing other people down.
Let's
And
say
I don't support that.
Right. I don't think it's right to do that. You know, they should respect their activities like that, because especially death is a very something serious, right? Serious thing, especially for the family members. We shouldn't interrupt that. By the way, and then no human has the right to judge others, and especially punishment. This is one of the reasons that I don't like about how some strong, not everybody, some strong Muslims who kill their loved ones as a sin of disgrace, something, you know what I'm saying? For usually it happens to their female family members.
Yep.
Yeah, nobody has the right to do that. I believe the judgment is on God's hand. So God says we have to just forgive others, you know. We cannot punish them.
We're all human. We all make mistakes. We're no better than anyone else. We have no right to stand at the podium and pass judgment on others. We've all made mistakes before. It's not our place.
Right. I understand where you're coming from, but you know, I hope you don't just have one thought, like a stereotype, like all Christians that way. No, not all Christians that way.
Oh no, of course not. My mother is a hardcore Catholic, and as much as that frustrates me sometimes, being agnostic, her religion, her personal belief, is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in the world, and I respect it, and I hope one day that I can find a belief like that in whatever makes sense to me.
Okay, let me ask you one thing, okay? Look,
Yes.
don't you think that it's important to know the truth instead of you you put all your effort or the passion that you enjoy, whatever it is, to know the truth.
I
rather than-
would take a truth I didn't want to accept over hearing what I wanted to hear every day of the week.
which is, for example, or let's say, for example, let me help you.
Yes, yes.
Let's say if there's something you want to choose that you really like, you're passionate about, you can spend time and money, everything for this, because this is your passion, and it is a game. So let's say, for example,
Yeah.
then obviously it's your life, and that's something you want to do in your life. Okay. Sometimes you may forget to eat and sleep, and you spend all day. You better not, but you're doing it because you're so in love with it.
Yeah.
We can use something else on it instead of game. I'm just using it for example. Then, so you find your peace in there. You find the happiness in there, everything, and then especially if you can make money out of it, that's also better.
All the better.
Yeah, your life is all surrounded by this gaming. You
Yeah,
cannot
yeah.
live without it. Okay. So maybe you choose not to marry because you're so devoted to this. Okay, for example. So can you say this is a really meaningful life? Because of course you found the happiness there, you found the meaning in there. Even it helps your life to pay the rent with that stuff like that. But
Even if it doesn't help your life, even if it doesn't help you pay rent, I think that if you're passionate about it and it makes you happy, then that's the most important thing there is. Because
it's okay, we can land in there like this is the meaning of life.
well,
I'm sur-
in my
I am-
opinion, the meaning of life is
Yeah.
to find a way to give your life meaning, and you can't listen to what other people are going to tell you that means. You have to find what makes you happy, what gives you purpose, and if it's a video game, that's awesome. If that's what makes your life worthwhile for you, then you be the best at that video game that you can possibly be. Because if that makes you happy, that's really all there is. You owe it to yourself to be happy, and if that's what does it for you, then go for it.
Okay, yeah. But life is not that simple though. Okay, most of us, go with it. Like I remember earlier we were talking about how old people think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they don't really, try enough because they don't really care because their life is maybe they are comfortable with where they are. By the
Sorry, I think I have to go pretty
to go.
quick.
where's your friend anyways?
He's sleeping right there.
Huh?
He's sleeping in the car right there.
This car?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. By
Do
the
you
way,
want me to go grab it?
let me
Okay.
let me try to finish
Yeah,
it
yeah.
real quick. And it has been good, conversation.
Yeah,
so-
I've enjoyed it too. I just don't want to keep him waiting too long.
Oh, but he's sleeping. He's enjoying it. Okay. By the way, but this is very meaningful story. It might help somebody else's life more meaningful.
I hope so. I'm having a good
So,
time.
do you mind to finish up?
Yeah, not a problem at all.
Okay, good. So the thing is, many of us want to go that way. Like, we are searching for the meaning of life, and so we think most of us we don't know what's the true meaning. So we go by, okay, if I find something I like about, maybe that's the reason. So they want to set it down there. So some people might take it as a games or computer or their job or their girlfriend or boyfriend, stuff like that. Variety. The thing is, so mostly like things in this life, right?
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, it's not that simple. Like I said, life is not that simple. And then, according to my own experience, okay, I'm just like you, okay. I'm not alien. I'm a human. So when I was younger, I was searching for many different things, like mostly success, right? Right?
Yeah.
We want to be successful.
Of course, who doesn't?
That's why we don't want to be homeless, right? I'm not saying homeless is not, life, not worth. I'm not talking about that. I'm actually doing the homeless ministry.
Everyone wants to do as well as they possibly can.
Yeah. The thing is, what I'm saying is, people have goals in life, okay?
Yeah.
And most of the goals are like being success in this life, which means you be happy in it, right? The thing is, but the things in this life not really satisfy us. You know, you can be happy for a while. You have a, you know, let's say you find somebody who you love for a while, but it doesn't seem like a forever happiness, correct?
Oh,
Yeah.
We can hope.
Yeah, hope. But then look at so many years. You know, well, you don't have to get married to figure out. And when you look at some other people's, you know, marriages, and then you will see, seem like they're not really, you know, forever in love with each other. And then, you know, whatever it is, the conditions they have, their job and their careers and their fame, everything, whatever, you know, we think it would be good to have, but they don't seem like happy in them, right? Because these materialistic things are not going to be the answers for our, you know, I would say the truth. I think that that's what we need. Like, for example, like in your case, you can consider Hinduism as a, you know, way to God, your God. So that's your God in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your God's name, by the way?
Essentially, I believe that God is our own personal willpower. It's our individuality.
Make it easy for me. Make it easy for me. Life itself is tough, so we need some simple, simple way of saying.
The best way to call it is just the universe. My God is the universe.
Oh, your God is not just specific being.
It's not an entity. It is everything. Everything is my God. Yes.
Everything. Which
All
means
is one.
my hand can be God. And the air can be God.
Yeah, exactly.
Too many gods.
You're God, I'm God, the camera's God.
So that's not real. The God is not, there's no God in there then.
In a sense,
It
yes.
sounds like a philosophy.
That's why that's the
philosophy.
religion that spoke to me, because I don't really believe there's a big man in the clouds watching down on us.
So let me say, your God, which is everywhere, how do you relate with him?
Well, I'm a part of God. I am away
You're part of God?
Of
That means
course
you're
I am.
God?
You're a part of God. You're God. I'm God.
I'm God, you're God?
All of you watching this, you're
So,
God.
I thought I'm human. You're not human?
I'm human. You're human. We're all human. But humans are a part of God. All these cars are a part of God.
Where did you get the idea from?
It's a Hinduistic ideal.
Okay, yeah, that's their teaching, right?
Yes, that everything.
Who started it? There's somebody who wrote this book, right?
The idea of Vedanta Hinduism originally came from a monk called Yogi Milarepa.
So that's a human, okay?
Yes, he was
Yeah.
a human monk in the 8th century from Tibet.
Okay. My camera gets hot, so I need to make it short.
Okay.
Oh, here's the thing. So, to be shortly, he's a human, okay?
Yes.
So that is start from human. So which means from his idea, it's a person's opinion, okay? So human, we have many opinions, right? You can believe like I mean, you used to maybe, you know, like the girl with the long hair, but sometimes you might think, oh, I like this girl with the short hair. You know, it can change, right? Your interest change, right? All those years, right?
Yeah.
Just like that, our mindset is not always steady. That's the thing. Our weakness, we change our minds. We change our feelings. That's why, oh, honey, I love you. I'm so in love with you. You are the only lady in my life. And then in several years later of their marriage, like, oh, she's more attractive than my wife. I'm gonna go with her. Honey, I'm tired of you. Okay, we cannot keep going on.
Sadly, it happens.
Sad? Yeah, because we human minds, not something stable. We always change. Okay, human opinion. Okay, so that's one of the reasons human cannot be God. Okay, God has to be perfect. Okay, who is powerful. By the way,
Well, that's what my problem with the idea of a traditional God was. They always say that he is all powerful, all knowing, and benevolent. But at the same time, there are children born with AIDS. There are people starving who have never done a wrongdoing in their life. And so if he is all powerful, all knowing, and all good, one of these three things doesn't match. He either is not
You
all
talk
powerful.
about the God in the Bible?
No, exactly, a traditional God. And
Okay.
he either is not all powerful, he does not have control over everything, or he doesn't know everything, so
Can you read on that? Can you read on that? That's a good talking, okay? You're a good speaker, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should pursue to be a teacher. By the
Thank
way,
you.
you're welcome. By the way, what you said about all three characteristic things about God, that's exactly who God is in the Bible. He is. Maybe you haven't experienced Him showing up that way in your life personally. You know what I'm saying?
And,
But
you know, if he ever does, then I'm a person who values intellectual honesty above all else. So if I ever experience a benevolent, all-knowing, all-powerful God, then I will change my views on,
yes,
on the
please do
dime.
so. Please do so. Let me tell you. I think, because by hearing from you, you used to be a Catholic, okay? Catholic, they teach the Bible, of course, but they change the Bible. So, if you read the Bible, that is the truth. It's all about Him, the one true God, the Creator, who is the Creator of your life. If this is a really changed book about Him, which means by human, then because of what happened, the error comes in, human's idea in it, so the truth becomes violated. So you can find God in there. That's what they did to you, okay? Catholic is one of the other people out there who changed the Bible, which is a big no-no. You can't change the word. You have to follow the way it is. That's the reason God gave us Bible. The Bible is all about the Jesus Christ, okay? And He said, and then also the only way to heaven, okay? So we have to follow the instruction. We don't change the instructions. If you change the instruction, no guarantee you can get to the place where you're supposed to go. But then there's a devil in the world, whether you believe it or not. The devil doesn't want people to know the truth. So we all get this freedom, like the God said, the truth will set us free. So we are all trapped by many curses, okay? So we need to know the truth the way it is. So we shouldn't let people change the Bible or to follow that way. That's the only reason. I believe you have a right heart. You want to know
Thank you.
God. You're welcome. You want to know God, and God loves you. But then you've been gone to wrong direction. Not because your mom was wrong. Your mom probably didn't know the right way. She probably followed her parents or whoever, introduced her this religion. The Catholic is a religion with the Bible, The Bible cannot be changed because it's the truth, 100% truth. The thing is this. So let's talk about the God you believe right now through Hinduism. That God, you said, in universe, everything in universe, it can be, anything can be God, including you and me, and the air between us.
Not that we are part of God.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Sorry.
It's okay. I don't want to lose this.
I'm sorry.
Especially. Anyway, so what happened is, that means everything in here can be God. I think we shouldn't add more religions in this world. That makes our lives too complicated and so miserable. People fighting each other between the religions, as you know. Thing is, when Hinduism sounds more complicated, you're bringing more gods in here, including you and me. The thing is, which is, imperfect people here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I understand that, but I don't believe that perfection exists in the universe.
No, I haven't finished yet.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The thing is, no, that's all right. The thing is, you and I, we can make many mistakes, right? Because we don't know what's right all the time, If we know, we can be God. You don't have to struggle. We don't have to worry. We don't have to, kind of struggle which is the right choice. That we don't know, because we are imperfect. We are people made by God. Okay, we are not God. And these humans try to be God. That's a big mistake. Okay, so that's why they made this religions. Religions are made by man. So man says, as long as you're good, it doesn't matter who you believe. As long as you're good by following their rules, that's good. Like you said, as long as you're happy with what you do, not harming anybody else, that's good. The religion say, as long as you be good, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But then, no religions, no human effort can help us to take care of the issue that we've been suffering so many years and forever, the sin. Why we suffer. No religion can answer us, because these are from imperfect people who don't know everything. Just like you and I, they cannot give us answers. If they can, why they don't stop their own death? Okay, they can't. When death comes, they have to go. So out of our control. But the God in the Bible clearly says, hey, I know everything, all knowing, and you're made by me when you are born with the sins, since Adam and Eve. That's why you suffer. You suffer because of the sin you're born with, and then you keep making wrong choices here. There's consequences for that. So you suffer that. Since away from me, who is the only source for all the blessings, you can have it, so you struggle. So God says, you need to come back to me. And Jesus is the only way. Why? Jesus is the only one who took care of the sins by his own death. No religion offer that. All religions say, you and I have to carry all the burdens by doing good deeds continuously. But we know we cannot do that 100%. Yeah? We just hope, God can take this little crumb that I do. No, it's not going to work that way. If you do that at work, they're not going to keep you that way. Oh, yeah, do whatever you can do. We'll pay you 100%, whatever. No, they're not going to say that. You want 100% payment? You do 100% job. If you do 50%, man, leave. We don't need you. Correct?
Yeah.
But what we do with God, we try to be good with 50%, 70%, and say, God should take me because I'm better than that guy next to me. God doesn't compare us when it comes up at judgment. He sees you, yourself, and me, myself, just one by one. How did you live your life? I gave you guidance, don't sin, because there's consequences for your sins. But then, many of us don't listen to him. We don't follow his guidance that try to protect us. But then we go by our own judgment, which is imperfect. And then we still sin. We love to sin in here, and then we ignoring him like, hey, there's no God. There's no life after death. Just life in here. That's all. The death is the end of it. So we don't even know that, right? So this kind God, who is very kind, and telling us, hey, you are in trouble. You are away from me. So you are suffering in this life, and then you're heading to the death. There's a second death after life, which is people gonna locked up in hell to be punished there forever. And God says, please don't go there. So the Bible is not trapping people and having a very boring life in here, not enjoying life in here, just stay in the church and being religious. No, God is trying to protect us. Like he said, hey, you know what? The sin, it looks fun, but just for now. But then there's a payment for that. You know what I'm saying? You use a credit card when you don't have any money. Oh, cool! I still can buy this and that thing. But then at the end, they send you bills. It's not fun. You have to pay not only the original amount and then interest too.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like that. God says there's a punishment after death for all men who are sinners. But then God is giving us chance to be forgiven, and so we can be qualified to enter heaven and get back to God. That's what the Bible is about. Some people say, oh, Bible is about no Jesus, you're going to hell. So, hey, you don't respect other religions, other gods. So Christianity is really, really bad. They're really kind of like that. But here's the thing. So for them, it's like the Bible is like, you know, no Jesus, you don't want to believe Jesus, go to hell. That's not what it means. That's how they see it. That's a misunderstanding. But then to make it sure, the Bible is that God says, hey, don't go to hell. Please come to heaven. Here's the way, Jesus Christ. I'm inviting you to heaven. But Jesus is the only way, only right way. So you come to the right way, that I can recognize you, then you'll be forgiven through Him, and you can be righteous that way, by your faith in Jesus. So you can be, when you're righteous, no need to be condemned, no need to be punished. So you don't have to go to hell. You come to heaven. So God is not saying, look, you be perfectly good by doing good deeds, whatever, and when you're perfectly good, come to me. Right? If it works that way, like the way how this world is working,
No one would get there.
nobody gonna make it, right? Give me 5. You're a good student. You can be good teacher too. See, look at that. This word uses common sense, okay? You're not gonna, get whatever you want. You're not gonna convince your boss, hey, this and that, so please let me take what I want. No. You have to go with them. And they say, I want 100% job from you.
Yeah.
If our God is saying, we have to be 100% good to enter heaven, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But then what we do with God is like, no, whatever we give Him, He's going to take it. That's our own thoughts, okay? Not going to work. But God says that through Jesus, you can be righteous. So now you have a chance. You have a chance to go to heaven through Jesus, not through this Hindu. Hindu is all about human's idea, just like any other religions out there. Human idea, like somebody who made it just like you, who probably died now. Is he around here? No, he's not here. Okay? So you gotta follow another human's idea who there's no guarantee on that. You can believe anything. You can believe I'm Superman.
What's the guarantee that the Bible is true? Because it was written down? There are books that are older than the Bible. Christianity, Judaism, and Islam all come from the same ancient religion of Mithra, which also spawned ancient Egyptian mythology. So, all 4 of those match up exactly to this ancient religion of Mithra. So,
I'm sorry, teacher. I'm sorry. I have something to say.
Yeah.
I'm raising my hand. I don't mean to cut you, but my battery is going to low, so I have to really close it. Yeah, good questions, but but the thing is this. I would say, at least you should check it out yourself, the Bible, okay? Mm-hmm. Read it and try to find the error in there. You wouldn't find it. If you don't find it, that means that's truth. I believe this is truth.
All right. Well, it was very nice talking with you.
Nice talking to you.
I had a really wonderful time, and
thank you. Me too.
You have good luck with the rest of your day, and I hope I see you around.
Okay, good.